We're back, folks, at RFK Memorial. I had a very important phone call I had to take, and therefore the game was interrupted. It's 9-1 Tigers. We're heading to the top of the sixth. Hey, Kathy, I had to take a very important phone call, and I feel better about a certain situation now that I have someone helping me on something, a tax situation. And if you don't mind, I'm going to take about a few minutes here just to orient myself. We have a double shot question in the seventh inning stretch. Jim Schellenbach will be the fifth pitcher for the Senators. He is a left-hander, Jim Schellenbach, and he's coming in to take his warm-ups. Again, it's 9-1 Tigers. I'm going to get, thank you, Kathy. I'm going to get, refill my coffee. And just take a breather here. Thank you for all of your patience and all of you hanging out. Let me get some coffee here. This will be the last cup of this pot. This is it. Jim Schellenbach, the fifth pitcher today. It's 9-1. Whoo, Lord, that was a good call. In fact, it was a perfect call. Just what I needed. Oh, that's good coffee. Okay, Schellenbach is ready now. And Tom Tresh will lead it off. Tresh 2 for 2 and a walk. Here's Schellenbach, the windup and the pitch to Tresh. That is 210 left-handed. Walked him. So Tresh is on. And here's Jim Northrup. Oh, that's good coffee. Don't forget, we have a double shot seventh inning stretch here from Kathy Harden. Pitch to Northrup. 6-2 left-handed, grounds it to second. Bernie Allen steps on the bag and throws it over to first for the double play. So it's a 2 outs now, nobody on, and Norman Cash comes up. Think about Norman now, folks. he was retired, and he was on at a water a body, a lake or something, and he was intoxicated, and he hit his head and fell in the water and drowned. Just letting you all know. What a way to freaking go. Huh? Okay, here's Cash now. He's alive and well here now. Bring in Strat-O-Matic, bringing these folks to life. Oh, excuse me. Okay, Schellenbach, the wind-up and the pitch to Cash. That is 6-7 left-handed, grounds it to second X. Bernie Allen, a 324. Oh, excuse me. It's a ground ball 2, E24, 6-10, 12. And he throws him out, and the side is retired. So it's no runs, the walk, double play, none left, middle of the 6th. 9-1 ball game. And Wilson will come out. There is a new second baseman, Kathy Harden. Dave Campbell for the Tigers has come out to play second base. Dave Campbell, and he'll play second base. That'll take Magic out. Interesting move. Guess they're with a 9-1 lead. They're going to let him. He'll come up in the 7th. Here's Frank Howard now to lead it off. Oh, here's Wilson. The wind up and the pitch to the big man. 6-6 right-handed, struck him out. He got him that time. Howard had 2 singles off Wilson. That's the 6th strikeout for Earl Wilson. And here's Ken McMullen. Oh. The windup by Wilson and the pitch to McMullen. 5-10 right-handed, ballpark. That's a 10 right-handed. Ooh. And a beautiful catch by Eddie Brinkman. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. By Tom Tresh. It was a ballpark 10 against the right-hander, caught. So it's 2 away. And here's Bernie Allen. Oh, good coffee here. Allen 0 for 2. Wilson winds and deals. And that's 4-7 left-handed. And that is a liner to second, caught by Campbell, who is now playing second base. So Campbell gets a put out. And it's a 1-2-3 for Wilson. We've gone 6. It's 9-1. Jim Schellenbach coming in to pitch the top of the 7th, his 2nd inning. And give it up for Kathy in the middle of this 7th inning stretch. We're going to have a double shot. A double shot here from Kathy coming up. Leading it off, Willie Horton. 3 for 3, 3 singles. Oh, right, here's Schellenbach now. And the pitch to Horton. Whoa, that's a 5-12. Right-handed. Grounds it to first X. Big man, 430. 7-4. It's a ground ball. 6-9-12. Big man E30. Whoa, and he boots it. That's an error charge to Frank Howard. First error of the ball game. A leadoff error. And here's Dave Campbell. Look at his card. Wow. But he's better against left-handers. Look at his card. He hit 103. And he had 39 at-bats. He's the new second baseman. Give him a chance. Maybe you can get on Schellenbach's card. All right, Campbell steps into the batter's box. It's Horton on first, no outs. The pitch from Schellenbach. That's 6-9, right-handed. Oh my, there's a double down the line for Campbell. Horton goes to third and holds. A 6-9 double, of course, off Schellenbach's card, or not of course, but we are not surprised that's what it took. Here's Bill Freehand. 4-4, right-handed, grounds to third X. McMullen. 3-14. 15-3, G1. 5-8-9. It's going to be a clean G1, second and third. And the runners will advance, so it's McMullen throws Freehand out at first. Campbell goes to third. Horton scores. Of course, that's an unearned run. Charge to Schellenbach. And that makes it a 10-1 ball game. And here's Don Wirt. 2 for 3. Had a grand slam in the third. It's Campbell on third, one down. Oh, 4-8 right-handed. Base hit to left. That scores Campbell. That's the 5th run batted in, if you will, for Don Wirt. And here's Earl Wilson. It's now 11-1. Wilson 0 for 3. Schellenbach now from the stretch. 5-11, right-handed. That's hit well, but he has W power. That'll just be a base hit, though. And Wirt will go to third. Schellenbach getting hit here in his first inning of relief. That makes it 12. I'm sorry, 5-9. Oh, that was a 5-11 single 2 asteroids. It's still 11-1. First and third, 1 out, and here's Mickey Stanley. Stanley 1 for 4. He had the triple, and the second was left on. Schellenbach now. 1-9 left-handed, grounds it back to Schellenbach. He throws to second, over to first for an inning-ending double play. And that's the side. 2 runs, one of them was unearned. And it's 11-1. We're in the 7th inning stretch now, and let's relax, let's sit back, let's stretch, and let's try to get some of those questions from Kathy Harden. Here's the first one. This politician dared the press to find evidence of his infidelity, and they did just that. Photos of him with Donna Rice surfaced. Extra credit for name of boat they were on. Oh, what was his name? Gary Hart. I don't remember the name of the boat, Kathy Harden. Holy cow. It might, boy, that's a, do you remember that? And he's one very smart guy. Gary Hart is I've seen him lecture on C-SPAN, etc. He is one very bright person. A very Kennedy-esque type. Gary Hart, a very appropriate name. God, that's not a good enough hint for me. I mean, it could be anything, as far as I'm concerned. Oh, Lord help me, God. Kathy Harden. Monkey business. Holy shit. Monkey business. How the hell do you like that? That is appropriate, Kathy. Let's get another one going. Monkey business. That was great, though. Donna Rice. I don't remember who she was or what she did. Was she a model? Was she an actress? Was she... I don't know. I think that was 88, wasn't it? Was it 88? Or was it 84? When he was going for the presidential nomination. Mondale got it in 84, and of course Dukakis in 88. I'm gonna guess it was 88. This is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. We're waiting for Kathy Harden. And I might do the update after this ball game live, because I have nothing else to do. Update the standings live with other leaders, updated leaders. Another one is coming from Kathy Harden, everybody. What a day. What a life. Be patient, everybody, and wait for it, please. It'll come. I think I remember that monkey business. I do. In 1926, this World Series ended with this player trying to steal second with 2 out in the ninth. It was Ruth. And Bill Ivamy gets it. I did not do it. We'll give it to Bill Ivamy. And I hope you're tracked, Bill, of how many correct answers you've been getting. You've got so many. Of course, that was the great World Series when Grover Cleveland Alexander came in. Relief. I forgot when and what. I think he struck somebody out with runners in scoring position. And that was, what catcher threw him out, Bill Ivamy asks. Holy cow. Oh, well, you know, you got me on that, Bill. God, I'd have to know who the Cardinals catcher was. Jesus. And you know that, Bill. Holy cow. You know your shit. Oh, Lord. You know your freaking shit. Bob O'Farrell. Wow. Who put the tag on him? Was it Rogers Hornsby? Only because I know he played second. Was it Hornsby, Bill? Yes, and did you know he was a coach for the New York Mets in 1962? It's hard to believe. We're heading to the bottom of the 7th. And I'm out of coffee, but I'm going to tough it out here. It's going to be Brant Aaliyah to lead it off. Maybe I shouldn't tough it out. Why should I suffer? Okay, here's Schellenbach now. Jim Bottlemy. A bio. Interesting. Okay, Aaliyah 0 for 2. Schellenbach on the mound. Oh, oops. I'm sorry. Sort of got my or disoriented there after those questions. Here's Earl Wilson. This is his first endurance inning. The pitch to Aaliyah. That's 5-2 right-handed. That's a ballpark blast by Aaliyah. Lord, he's got the power. And it's a 1. That's going to go. Right-handed. And it's gone. Over the fence on a 5-2 right-handed. Brant Aaliyah homers, and that makes it an 11-2 ball game. I am going to make some coffee if you all don't mind. That's number 7 for Brant Aaliyah. Let me see, who was it bats? Coffee, Kathy Harden. I'm going to guess Bill Ivamy. I'm going to guess it was let me see. Well, with Ruth on, it I don't know. It's either Gehrig. I'll guess Gehrig. If not Gehrig, oh, Tony Lazzari. I'm going to say it was Tony Lazzari. Bob Musial, okay. I know though that was Murderer's Row. That makes perfect sense. Steady Eddie Brinkman will be the batter, but there's going to be a little break in the action here as I go to make some coffee. And I will be right back, everybody. Oh. Oh, Bob Musial. They had Earl Combs in the outfield. I think Joe Dugan played third base. They had Pat Collins or Benny Bengrau behind the plate. I believe Musial played left. Okay, the coffee is brewing. We can continue with that coffee just knowing it's brewing. Here's Steady Eddie. No outs, no one on. After the home run by Aaliyah, here's Wilson. The wind up, the pitch to Steady Eddie. That's 3-7 right-handed, flies it to center. That's for Northrop, one out. And here's Paul Casanova. They'll have a hitter for Schellenbeck whenever he comes up. Barry Moore is warming. I've already checked. He doesn't start or recently, so Moore is warming. Here's Casanova facing Wilson, one out, nobody on. That's 1-6 right-handed, lines it to short, caught by Tresh. And there will be an obligatory hitter here in the bottom of the seventh with 2 outs and nobody on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He pitched 2, Schellenbeck. 3 hits, 1 walk, no strikeouts, and 1 earned and 1 unearned. And Moore will be the 6th pitcher in this ball game. Let's see who's hitting now. And we thank you all for hanging out right to the end here. It's going to be, oh, forget it. Oh, God. I'm just looking at some of these people that were sent to me by Rhodes Scholar. Lord, there. Let me see if I could find someone on who's carded. Sure I can. Well, just for the hell of it, we'll have Mike Epstein, who has a groin injury. That's why he's not starting. He's a left-hander, typically would start against right-handers. So Mike Epstein is coming up. See if he can hit another home run. It is 11-2. Epstein steps in the batter's box. Okay, here's Wilson, the windup and the pitch to Epstein. That's 4-6 left-handed, walked him. And there will be a runner for Epstein. Indeed there will. That coffee is brewing. Dick Smith will come in. He is a 1-12. I have a voicemail. Say Dick Smith running for Epstein. Smith on first, 2 down. Here's Unser now. One more hit or walk, and Earl Wilson has reached fatigue, and there is action, believe it or not. Pat Dobson, who pitched in this game in real world, principally a reliever this year for the Tigers. He is warming. That coffee is almost ready. Dobson, we just don't want Wilson to overextend himself. Okay, here's Unser, left-handed hitter. Wilson from the stretch. Smith on first, 2 outs. And the pitch, it's 5-7 left-handed, walked him. And here's Mayo Smith coming out. That's going to be it for Wilson. No need to keep him in when he has reached fatigue. There's going to be a little break in the action, folks. Little break in the action here. I hope you're enjoying this. It's going to be Pat Dobson coming in. Wilson, the winner of record. No save opportunity for Dobson. We use current rules. Wilson pitched 6 2/3. Seven hits. Walked 3. Struck out 6, has allowed 2 runs thus far, and he's responsible for first and second, 2 outs as Pat Dobson comes in to take his warm-ups. I would love another question. Would love it. I don't think I'm going to get it, though. I'm going to go get a cup of coffee here as Bill Ivamy comes in with a Another question. And I would love somebody, if Kathy or somebody, to do a game at the a question at the conclusion of this ball game. And if not, I'll see if I can do it. I'll put a little dot here to signify that. Here it is now. Name the Hall of Fame pitcher who won the game. I'm gonna say it was Pete. I'm gonna say it was Pete. Pete was in the twilight of his career. His name was Grover Cleveland Pete Alexander. Great question. I don't know the actual situation, but he came in relief. Oh, Pete got the save. So Pete did not get the win, right? I don't know. No, David, I did not get it. Pete got the save. Jesse Haynes, okay. God, that's a name I remember. Folks, I'm gonna get some coffee. I'm looking for a volunteer for a question at the conclusion of this ball game after my wrap up. After my wrap up, which is like a minute, I just have to do the totals. Dobson coming in with 2 outs, first and second. Let me get some coffee, please. No. Oh, Jesse Hayes. Okay, got the coffee, and Dobson is ready. This is the Strat-O-Matic Sports Network. We are in the bottom of the 7th. It's an 11-2 ball game, first and second, 2 outs. And it's Unser on first, Dick Smith running for Epstein, who walked, on second. And coming up is Ed Stroud. Dobson looking to end this inning here. Okay, here's Dobson now, the from the stretch. And the pitch to Stroud. That is a 5-7 left-handed, and he struck him out. And that will retire the side. Another run, though, for the Tigers on the home run by Brant Aaliyah. Wilson ends up allowing 2 runs. He's the winner of record, Cox the loser. And we move to the top of the 8th. And there's a new pitcher for the Senators, their 7th of the game. Oh, excellent. Kathy Harden, bless you. Bless you, Kathy Harden. Barry Moore, the left-hander. See, you have great people here. Barry Moore taking his warm-ups. He's the 6th pitcher. Here's Tom Tresh to lead it off. Switch hitter batting right against Moore. Okay, Moore is ready. Here's the windup. Tresh 2 for 2, 2 walks today. Here's the pitch. That is 3-6 left-handed. Pops it up to second. And Bernie Allen makes the catch. That's one down. And now Jim Northrup. I'll tell you, the Washington Senators pitching has gotten blasted these past 2 days. Just to show you, here's the last game for the Senators. Some of you may have remembered it. The Yankees beat the Washington. Look at that sheet. The Yankees beat the Senators 19-6. It was so bad, Kathy. You remember I brought in Pastelove and Lexington from my imaginary. Oh, Lord. Mercer had 5 runs batted in. Pepitone had 4. Blumberg had 4 runs batted in. What a freaking game. Lord, 19-6. And in this game, it's 11-2. So the pitching has really fallen apart here for the Senators. Okay, Northrup with 1 out, nobody on. Okay, here's more now. The pitch to Northrup. That is 112 left-handed. Grounds it to second for Bernie Allen. He throws it over to Howard. 2 outs. I used to play those 34 cards also. Yeah, David. He couldn't hit left-handers, though. Blumberg could not hit left-handers. I played that 34 team also. I remember Rothrock, I believe, was on that team. Of course, Leo DeRocher was the shortstop. And just to imagine, 1934, he was the shortstop. And he went on to manage into the 1970s. Rip Collins was their big bat. Absolutely. They had the Dean brothers. I think Daffy won 34 games, and I think Paul won 19. I could be wrong. Ducky Medwick. Absolutely. 2 outs, top of the 8th. Norman Cash 1 for 4. Here's more. That's 2-5 left-handed. It's a base hit for Cash. His second hit of the ball game. And here's Willie Horton, 3 for 4, reached on an error and scored. He scored 2 runs today, had 3 singles. The Gas House Gang. In the heart of the Depression. Could you imagine what that was like? This was in the heart of the Depression. Okay, Willie Horton at the plate. Moore gets the sign and the pitch. That's 6-7 right-handed. Grounds it to short. This should end the inning. Brinkman to Howard, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 left on. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th. Stay tuned. It's a nice feature, Kathy Harden, to have a question at the end because it keeps people here in the ballpark. I will not lie. It keeps people in the ballpark. Okay, Dobson comes out. He pitched 1/3 of an inning in the 7th, struck out Ed Stroud. And it's going to be the big man. Big man 2 for 3. They're keeping him, you know, we want to see if he can hit number 50 here. Can you imagine what that was like in those days, the 34? And by the way, folks, that 34 World Series, some of those games, if not all of them, are on YouTube, radio broadcasts. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Back then, yeah. People thought that the country was going to collapse, the United States. You know? It's just unbelievable. Okay, Dobson facing big man. Here's Dobson, the windup and the pitch. 3-6. Oh, it's a base hit for Howard. You know, there's sometimes a sort of an anticlimax when the big man gets a single. They had dance marathons. People would do anything, you know, just terrible. 3-6 right-handed base hit. So here's McMullen with the big man on first. It's 11-2. Dobson from the stretch. That's going to be 5-4 right-handed. Fly ball center X. Northrop 3-6. Yeah, those are fascinating to listen to. You know? I was listening to one. Let me finish this up. Hopefully I'll remember to get back to it. Fly ball center X for Northrop 3-6. That's a fly ball 2. E6 10-12 on Northrop. And he makes the catch. I think he'll hold at first on an F2. Yeah, he'll hold. That's one away. I'm going to do it right now. You know, David, let me get this. It's in my history. This is not the World Series game, but this is... I'm going to post this on my community board, if you will. Oh, Bill, that's a frickin' movie. Such a sad movie. And you want to hear something sad? Hold on. There it is. Oh, yeah, Gig Young won Best Supporting Actor in that for that role. And here it is. I just posted this on the community board. This is the, I think, Red Buttons. Oh, yeah. This is I think it's the last game of the season or close to it, or at the end of the season. Tigers won the pennant this year, of course, and lost to the Cardinals in the World Series. This is from Navin Field, originally what they called Tiger Stadium. The full broadcast, Ty Tyson is the announcer. And it's the second oldest to exist. I don't know if that's true, but it's 2 hours and 22. I was listening to it last night at bedtime. And Gehrig played, okay? Ruth, he said Ruth hit a couple of homers in batting practice, but he didn't play because of a quote-unquote Charlie horse, unquote. And of course, Ruth was traded to the Boston Braves after this season. So invite you all to listen to that at your leisure. And if you search it, you'll find the, yeah, it's fun to listen to at night. Uh, you know, if you do a search, you'll find 1934 World Series. Like here. And you'll see, here's game 1, NBC. Here's game 7, if you're impatient. There's game 1 again. There's a few of them on there. I don't know if they have them all. Here's game 7. I think there's other games too, besides the first and the second. Here's game 6. So you all do a search and enjoy it. Oh yeah, 36 World Series? Yeah, absolutely, Bill. And you know, a lot of other interesting things about the announcing is that announcing had not yet, quote unquote, evolved to the point it has today. Today it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. I hope I'm not holding you up, Kathy, with the question. I really do. If you want to give it beforehand, but I'm just enjoying this. You know, you hear things like 2 strikes and 1 ball, okay, which sounds, and then, you know, you even hear things like, no strikes and 2 balls. I mean, there was an expression which was kind of funny. Anyway, it's Bernie Allen coming up with 1 out and big man on first. Okay, here's Dobson now. The pitch to Bernie. That's 4-6 left-handed, and he struck him out. That's the second for Dobson. And here's Brant Aaliyah. Aaliyah 1 for 3 with the home run to lead off the 7th. Dobson and the pitch. 5-10 right-handed, catcher X. Freehand 2-3. 6-2. 5-9-13. E3. Uh-oh. And it gets past Freehand for a pass ball. Howard goes to second. Big man. Aaliyah at the plate still. Oh, it's unbelievable. They did have, though, if you listen to Ty Tyson, he had ads about motor oil. Here's the pitch to Aaliyah. Big man on second, 6-7 right-handed, grounds it to second X. Matic 322. Actually, it's Campbell. 444. 12-4. That's going to be a G3 44. 5, 9, 12. Oh, and he boots it. Oh my, a G3E1 just to prolong things. An error by Campbell, who came in to play second. It's first and third. Howard went to third on that. 2 outs. And here's steady Eddie Brinkman. Dobson and the pitch. 3-9 right-handed, grounds it to short for Tresh. He throws it over to Cash, and the side is retired. 2 are left on. And we've gone 8. It's 11-2. And Barry Moore comes in. 7. His second inning, and it will be Dave Campbell with his second at bat. He had a double in the 9th. I will stay on to update the standings and leaders and post them, and I'll do it live here because I have nothing else to do. Okay, here's Moore facing Campbell, top of the 9th. That is 6-2 right-handed, grounds it to first X for the big man. 430. 14-4 G2 ground ball. Big man has already made an error. E30 6-12 17. And he takes it to the bag, just barely. 1 down. And here's Bill Freehand. Lucky strike, yeah. Yeah, you have post toasties were a big thing. You know, the cereal. Gillette was huge. Safety razors. Great advertising. Nostalgia, if you will. Okay, Moore facing Freehand. The windup and the pitch. That is a 6-6 right-handed. Walked him. Freehand is on. And here's Don Wirth, 3 for 4. A grand slam and 2 singles. 5 runs batted in. Here's more from the stretch. That's 212 left-handed. And there's a base hit by Wirt. His 4th hit of the ball game. And Pat Dobson will hit here. He's a 1 WR. No reason why we have to bring in another pitcher. Pat Dobson, a 1 WR, comes to the plate first and second, 1 out. Barry Moore now. Here's the pitch to Wilson. Oh, that's funny. 6-2, right-handed, grounds it to first X. This is going to be for Howard again. Lord. 6-2, right-handed. Howard. 430, I don't know why he's still in the game. 14-4, it's a G2. Let's see if he can handle this one. E30, 5-9, 11. And he boots it again. His second error of the ball game. I don't know why he's still in this ball game. That is bases loaded. That's Ted Williams. Please don't at me. Leave it to the babe. What a huge personality. The bases are full with 1 out. And Mickey Stanley is the batter. I would pull Howard from first now, but I don't want to embarrass him in front of the hometown crowd. Here's more. The pitch to Stanley. That's 4-8 right-handed. And that is a liner to third, caught by McMullen. 2 down with the bases full. And Tom Tresh is the batter. Tom Tresh stepping up to the batter's box. That's funny. I don't know, Bill. I'd have to think. I don't know who said that, Bill. Probably some smart aleck. Was it this Dizzy Dean? Oh, it figures. You know, they complained. I don't know if it was the school board or what. They complained about his English. Here's the pitch to Tresh, 6-8, right-handed on a, and there's a drive. It's a double. Oh boy, what a nauseating ball game. Freehand scores, Wirtz scores, Dobson to third, a 2-out double. And Moore, not fatigued. They're gonna, we'll have Dobson hold, 2 outs, a 2-out double. That makes it 13-2. Sorry, Kathy. Here's Jim Northrup. You still there, Kathy? Jim Northrup, 1 for 5. Here's more. Second and third, 2 down. That's 3-4, left-handed, fly ball left. This should end the inning. Thank you. Under it is Aaliyah. He makes the catch, and the side is retired. But 2 more runs off Barry Moore. We're heading to the bottom of the 9th. It's 13-2. And here's Pat Dobson now. Paul Casanova to lead it off. Yeah, it's a nail biter because we're waiting for this to end. Okay, Dobson. Here's the pitch to Casanova. That's 2-3 right-handed. Grounds it to first for Cash. He takes it to the bag, 1 out. There's going to be a hitter now for Moore. Let's see who it's going to be. Absolutely. An obligatory pinch hitter. It will be Zoilo Versalles, the treaty of Zoilo Versalles. So Versalles steps in the batter's box with 1 out, nobody on. Dobson. And the pitch. That's 3-5 right-handed, and he walked him. So Versalles is on. With 1 out. And here's Del Unser. Tigers 13, Senators 2. Pitch from Dobson. That's 4-7, left-handed, walked him. First and second, 1 out. This is not his endurance inning. Here's Ed Stroud. Stroud 1 for 4. Dobson from the stretch. That's 1-4 right-handed, grounds it to second. Magic throws it over to, tosses it to Tresh over to first, and the ball game is over. Quick wrap up. Final score: Detroit 13, Washington 2. Wilson gets the win. Dobson pitched 1 1/3. He allowed 1 hit, walked a batter, struck out 2, allowed no runs. The loss goes to Cox. The final line: Tigers 13 runs, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 17 hits and 1 error. Senators 2 runs, 8 hits and 2 errors. That's the ball game. And Kathy Harden, if she's here now, had agreed to give us a final. Here it is. Here it is. Dick, don't call me Richie Allen, etched the word in the dirt at Veterans Stadium to show his feelings to fans. Oh. Ah, Bill gets it again. And that's a freaking great question from Kathy Harden. God bless you. I'm agnostic, but if there is one, Kathy, oh, I wish he would bless you with all the blessings in the world, Kathy Harden. You are a great friend. And that was a great frickin' question. It was a great frickin' question. I'm gonna keep the broadcast going. Thank you, Bill Ivamy. I'm gonna keep this broadcast going because I want to. I understand if some of you don't want to stick around, but I'm gonna talk about etching. Oh, I was gonna use the F word. Yeah, David, yeah. I invite you all to just hang out with me as I enter this game and go through my ritual of updating, because this is the last game of the date of September 12th. And feel free to flow the text. I'm going to look for a different type of ambiance here. Oh. And sort of let you in between the workings here at Studio B. Little different kind of ambiance. Oh. I'm just going to go proceed ahead as I typically do. David says, I haven't had my Strat game out since January 13, of 22. I'm thinking of dusting it off and playing a series between the 62 Giants and the 72 A's. All right. All righty, all right. Alrighty, alrighty. Well, I'm going to go ahead now just to show you how I work. I open up this file right here. There it is. And then I open up the 69 baseball. Okay, Kathy Harden, you take care now. Thank you. You take care, Kathy, and thanks for everything. Now, the first thing I do is enter the last two games. I enter two at a time, so this doesn't have to do with the end date of September 12th. But I'm sure you're not too worried about it. Okay, the Cubs beat the Cardinals 16-2. By the way, we're 17-22 here after this last game. Got to really concentrate. Cubs beat the Cards 74. This doesn't take long. And the Cards lost, unfortunately. Putting them 2 behind. And then for this game, Tigers beat the Senators. They will move ahead of the Red Sox. That's their 4th win in a row. $80-64. And the Senators lost. They're 1 game under 500 now. Now, ordinarily what I would do, and then let me add the pitchers. Wilson won his 11th and Hands his 20th. Go down here. Hands won his 20th. And we adjust him on the leaders. He becomes the 3rd 20-game winner in the National League. And Wilson gets his 11th win. Now, ordinarily what I would do here is, even if it wasn't the last game of this date, I would add up the wins and the losses on whatever teams played. If it was just AL, you just do the AL. In this case, it's both leagues. But I am going to reserve that for the end of date compilation because I would do it anyway. I don't know if you follow what I'm saying. But I do. Whoops. Ah. And if you don't mind, I'm going to do a side shot here, just so to mix things up a little. Put my shirt on. Oh, while I do this, this could be tedious, and everyone has their own way, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would say for the most part, David, they're shaping up. I'm gonna go through this adding here. I use my calculator. 165. I do 2 teams at a stretch. 118. Doing the win column of the National League. 168. 144, 110, 120. That should be 861, and it is. Now we do the loss column. Oh. Approximately 4 years ago. It was about March 2020. 110, 121. Everyone has their own way. 110, 121, 144, 169, 110, 120, 130, 140. 167 should be 861, and it is. Now we'll do the American League. Then we check the games behind. Double check those to make sure that's right. Okay, AL 182. Yeah. It's about where we're looking between 4 to 6 months until this is done. I'm not eager to finish. 151. I'm enjoying the process. 123. 179. 122. 105. Oh shit. Wait a minute, I missed something there. Let's try it again. 182. 140, 151. 123. 179. This happens. I've never been caught, though, unable to reconcile. 110, 121. 105. This should be 861. Yes, it is. And the final losses for the American League, 107. Everyone has their own way. This is a built-in redundancy that allows you to make sure you're doing it right. 137. 167. 106. 150, 161. And 183. Should be 861, and it is. So we add up the 861 on both, it's coincidentally, and that's going to be 1722, and that equals the total games, and that reconciles it. Now what we do is, this is sort of a tedious process right here that I'm about to do. It's checking the games behind. Just to make sure it's right. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 is correct. Yeah, thanks, David. Yeah, that's instant replay is invaluable. That's going to be, the Cubs are 9, 19, 21, 22 is correct, 11. This will be 12, that's correct. And then when they get to be in the 20s or so games behind, I like to use the calculator. That's 22 plus 25. 47 divided by 2 is 23 and a half. Yep. Phillies, 26. And that's 26. Great. This is the last step. For the Astros, 12 and 10 is correct. The Reds, 26, 16 and 14 is correct. Dodgers, 17, and then it should be 16. Yes, it is. And the Padres, 50, 60, 70, 35 on both sides. So the NL East is set. Now we do the AL. 22 and 21. And 22. 30. 32, 49. Cleveland is 49 games behind. You should broadcast it, David. Broadcast it live, would you? I'll be there. 23, 22, 38, wait a minute, that's 38, plus 40, 50, 60, 70, 36. Divided by 2. Oh, wait a minute. That's a change. California, 63, 73, 83, 93, 103. That's 38. And 36. Yeah, that is have to be corrected to 37. And you don't worry about the games behind too much, because that has nothing to do with the wins and losses. That's just the calculation of the games behind. There was one that had to be adjusted. Here's Chicago now, 58, 98, 43, and this is 41. Seattle, 45, 46, and that should be a 48, correct? And Kansas City, 51. Yeah, that's it. So now what I'll do, I'm going to show you well, let me just do it here. I do a copy and paste of each one. And I only do each league because I don't know why YouTube does this, but if you go to the landing page, you'll see they only allow like a small version with dimensions of the pictures that you're allowed to post. So we go to community and we go to 1969 NL standings through 9/12/69, and we add this picture here. Make sure it looks good. There it is. And we're going to post it. There it is. And you can peruse this. Well, David, you do the best you can. I mean, you know, just take your time, but I'd like you to do it. We could also do live together if you know how to do that. So as we can see, we can peruse here the National League standings. Pirates, 2-game lead over St. Louis. Pirates swept a double and the Cardinals lost. They were a half game out. That's a shame. Cubs now move into third, 2 games over 500. Mets in fourth. Expos still ahead of the Phillies, a real embarrassment for the Phillies, who are in last, 26 behind. And the West, the Braves are leading the Giants by 4. It was, I don't know if it was 3 games. I think it was 3 games. Now it's 4. Astros have third place pretty solid, 3 games ahead of the Reds. Reds are 2 games under 500. The Dodgers have been a disappointment this year, but they have played better since the All-Star break. But they're 5 games under 500. And the Padres, the worst team in the National League, 35 games behind. Now we'll post the American League standings. Copy and paste. You get you see a nice size that will fit and we just copy and paste this and change it to AL. Makes it easier. 1969 AL standings. And we post this. And there is your American League updated standings through the 12th. As you can see, the Orioles and the Twins basically are tied, with the Twins 1 ahead in the loss column. Oh, thank you, David. The Twins have won 5 in a row. The Orioles have lost 4 in a row. They're really first losing streak to speak of. As you see, the Tigers, who won today, the Red Sox split a doubleheader with I think it was the Yankees. So therefore, the Tigers made up a half game. They've won 4 in a row. The Senators, with their loss, fall behind, one below 500, 30 out. Yankees, I think they were 2 or 3 games over 500 in real world. They had a rough spring. They've come back, but they're still 5 games under 500. And Cleveland is absolutely horrible. Oakland has held second place all year in the West, basically. Angels in third. The White Sox, very poor team. Yes, they are normalizing, Joel. Absolutely. And the Seattle Pilots have moved ahead of the Royals, which, the Royals came in 5th in real world. They have lost 7 in a row, the Royals. Those are your standings. They're preparing already to print the tickets for the American League divisional playoffs, the first ever in baseball this year. They've lost 4 in a row, the Orioles. And it's important for them not to get too messed up in the head about it. Now we'll add post the leaders. There's 2 more, the leaders of each league. And this is updated in real time. First, the NL. And this is the 1969 NL individual leaders, because I just don't have time, folks, to do the stats. This is individual leaders for home runs and wins through 9/12. And there it is. And there we go. Willie McCovey had 45 home runs in real world. He has 47. And Aaron had over 40. I don't know how many exactly, maybe 44. And he has not quite been hitting the home runs he did in real world. Bobby Bonds is second behind McCovey with 35. Juan Marichal leads all of Major League Baseball with 24 wins. Gaylord Perry also has 18, so they have a chance if he gets a couple starts for 2 20-game winners. Necro is 120. Ron Reed has 18. He has a chance if he gets the starts. And Bill Hands won his 20th on this date. Doc Ellis with 19, Claude Osteen with 19. And now we will post the American League leaders. And we'll just copy and paste this and change it to AL. And I'm satisfied. I just don't have the time to do all stats. Enter this here. And there it is. Reggie Jackson leads all of baseball with 52 home runs. Howard with 49. Killebrew with 44. Carl Yastrzemski has hit a bunch of home runs in the last week or so with 44. Willie Horton hitting a bit more than usual with 40. And it goes on. Cuellar and McNally both have won over 20 for the Orioles. Cuellar with 22, McNally with 21. Dave Boswell won 21 for Minnesota. Jim Perry has 19 wins. He could win his, with one more win, they'll have 2 20-game winners. And Cott has 17. McLean is really under pitching. Joel Horland, you need a smartphone. That's all you need is a smartphone. Like, do you have an iPhone? Yeah, Reggie has been corking them. Now, there's one last thing I do. I don't want to really show it to you close up, but just to make sure everything is good, I email myself the updated standings. I archive the old one and I create an email. Gmail is a pretty good archive for some purposes for me. And I put in the subject head Strat-O-Matic through 9/12/69 and add the attachment of the file, and that's if anything gets lost, even if my computer crashes. And there it is. You do have to, it's really weird on an iMac, you have to hit download, and there it is. It's kind of weird. But I can just move this out here, and there it is. If I ever wanted to. You have a cheap smartphone. Well, Joel, it depends how cheap it is and how old it is. Yeah, Gmail is good. And you tag it, of course. Joel, I'd be glad to talk you through it or help you through it. You don't need a tripod, but it really helps. This, I'm using a tripod right now, and you could probably, if I put this high enough, you could probably see the tripod. You see that this smartphone, you see there it is, right here, and I can, you know, because it's really hard to play a game, and it's really hard to play a game, Joel. But how old is your smartphone? How old is the smartphone, sir? So that's it for the stats. They're all set. I'm ready. I have this for my first game. I like to label it first of September 13 because then when I go through, I like to double check that I've played all the games. How old is your smartphone, sir? 3 years old. Do you know the model? It's an iPhone. 3 years old should be fine. Do you know the model? But the one way to try it, Joel, is to just test it. It's intuitive. It's pretty intuitive. You go to YouTube and you hit the plus sign, and you go to live. Oh, it's an Android. Okay, well maybe Android would work too. It's very intuitive. If you need, you can, you can even go to on YouTube and how to broadcast live, because you could upload a video, or you can how to broadcast live on YouTube, and there are a lot of tutorials. It's very, very quick, really. I mean, this is a complete beginner's guide here, and Here's the easiest way to live stream. And if you watch, it's probably a good idea you just watch one of these tutorials. How to broadcast live on YouTube with Android. Okay, you can go with YouTube too, iPhone too. Here's one, how to live stream on YouTube from iPhone or Android. A step-by-step guide, rather than me trying to go through the details. That's what I would suggest you do. How to broadcast live on Android. Yeah, because it would be very monotonous for me to try to do this. Experiment. It's trial and error. Trial and error. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I guess I'm going to close this out. And I appreciate you all being here. Yeah, Joel, keep me posted. You can do a live stream immediately. You can schedule a live stream. Okay. Then you can go back into it on desktop once you've scheduled it. Likewise, David, once you schedule one ahead, like an hour ahead or something, then you can go into the desktop and you can go to a one that's scheduled and then edit it with the title, take your time. And then when you get into monetization, which I do, I don't make much money at all. In fact, I'm waiting for some reason for this thing to be updated. Joel, David, thank you. You have a good rest of the day. Kathy Harden was here. We had a lot of people here. Bill Ivamy, of course. And thank you for being part of the Strat-O-Matic community. I consider this channel only one part of the Strat-O-Matic community. Stay strong, everybody. Stay well. And I'll catch you all next time, okay?